with the North American Simulation Racing Association, featuring online leagues like the DSR Electric, Blanchard Towing and Recovering Xfinity, Concerns of Police Survivors, Jacob and Wesley bringing you.
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines! Of the NASRA Xfinity Series. Brady LaBeouf will win the championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. His rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Make sure we acknowledge Keith Bradley, past champion of Season 8. Right here, Jacob, he's going to be pacing the field.
Well, folks, it is time for the championship race here for Season 9 for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series, the NASRA Championship 225 Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, here in the next couple hours, we're going to crown a champion for one of the best racing leagues ever to basically unfold on iRacing. You'll see it all live here tonight on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Good evening, folks. I'm the redneck announcer, Jay Reeves. Australian Dean Hopton Biggles going to be giving all the pictures and all that good stuff. And Wesley Outland's going to be joining us here in a little bit. But we have actually the NASRA owner, Brady LaBeouf, in the house, as well as we do see Keith Bradley up here at the front. Last season's champion for Season 8 up at the front. We're going to go ahead and start it off with the grid. Pace lights still rocking basically the way that they are. And we'll start it off with Jordan Jurassic. He's one of those drivers racing for a championship. He busted out a absolute fast time. Only one to hit a 29.5 out of all of them. He will start on the pole. Jeff Merck, obviously he was Season 7 champion. He's going to be up here on the front row starting in the second spot. MDW, Matthew David Wood, he's running for a championship as well. He will start third with Matt Cherry, another driver, starting in the fourth spot. Then you got Tristan Bruce. He's going to start in the fifth spot with Devin Painter starting in sixth. Brian Chu's going to start in seventh. Season 9 for number 9 could happen here tonight for Chris Blanchard. He's going to be back there, and he's going to roll off in P8 with Adam Newton starting in P9 and the Animal, last season's champion, Keith Bradley, starting in P10.
And, to finish the grid, you'll see a lot of these championship drivers, Jacob, that qualified, they will have EOLs to start, so you'll see a lot of them go to the back. Matthew Montgomery's in the 11th spot, Stephen Gregory for Upfront Motorsports in the 12th spot. And as we keep going through the field, 13th is Ed Osborne, 14th Cody Knott, 15th Shane Trotter, Brandon Schumann in the 16th hole, Eric Zimmerman 17th, Robbie Richards will be 18th, Isaac Bevan will be 19th, and Casey Meekin would be 20th.
Absolutely. Casey Meekin, real quick shout out to him. He was the past beer buddy for the Door Banging Download. Recorded that just before we went live here this evening. So appreciate Casey. If you get a chance, go check it out. Spotify, Apple Podcast. Anyway, Rod Johnson, Tiny Horse. Try to see if I can get him one here tonight. He's going to start 21st. He's the last driver to take a time. Dustin Scruggs, Holden McGill, Joshua Rodriguez in the 4, Kyle Hess, Stephen Thomas. Obviously, Dane Hagan back there with James Beard, Raul Meza, Brandon Broadfoot. All those drivers back there in the back. Got TJ Moore and obviously Brady LaBeouf up here in the booth. He's also going to be race control here this evening. 1.5 mile track here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is how they get it done. Home track for a lot of NASCAR drivers. Right here where a lot of the race shops is. You obviously got your stages that'll be rocking and rolling. Stage 1's going to be at lap 33. Stage 2 at 82. All the way to 150 for the 225 miles. Then we'll settle it here for the championship race. 5 sets of tires. That's 4 in the pits, 1 on the truck. We ain't worried about that. Folks, Season 9 is coming to the end here tonight. Who's going to win it all? Jordan Jurassic, Jeff Merck up on the front row, MDW back here trying to rock and roll as well as they thunder through 1 and 2 and coming down the back shooting for the first time.
They come back and they're down the back straight away. And Jeff Merck, he's being aggressive early on, as we know Jeff is. He's fighting Jordan Jurassic for that lead. Coming through 3 and 4, off of 4 right here. You got Gregory up in third, you got Chu in fourth, and Adam Newton to round up your top 5.
There you see right now Jurassic basically wanting to finish right where he started, which is not going to be a bad spot for him, which means right up front. That's where he needs to be right there. Check it out right there. Matt Cherry up here in this battle as well, wanting to try to keep it locked, calm, cool, and collected. That is the Championship 6. Pretty cool graphic right here by our producer, the Australian Dean Hopton. You got Cherry, you got Bruce, you got Blanchard, all Championship 6, got the pictures, got the cars, all that cool stuff. Tiny Horse, apparently he didn't have time to take a picture. Why not? Screw it. Don't even worry about taking a picture. And then you got Jordan Jurassic down there on the bottom as well. And as Wesley Outland has just joined us right here, Wesley, well, I'll tell you what, I'll bring it in for Brady right here. Jordan could be a sleeper right here. I was talking about Matt Cherry being a sleeper, Brady. Jordan Jurassic can be a sleeper out of all this to try to win it all.
Yeah, and I'm laughing because that is not a picture of Chris Blanchard. I don't know where he got that picture from, but that is not what Chris Blanchard looks like. I think that's actually our buddy Joey Doucette. So a little fun going right there with Chris Blanchard as we see him going into 3 and 4 with Jordan Jurassic. What's up, Wesley?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for covering for me. I had a basketball radio broadcast, but man, I am looking forward to this one. This will decide the season 9 champion, Brady and Jacob Dean on production, and you thunder into Charlotte. You got to love this place. America's home for racing. 24 to 26 degrees of banking in the corners. This is a fun place, Jacob. What a track to decide who's going to be the champion. And how about Jurassic right now trying to battle with, of course, Merck on the outside, who won it back in season 8 or season 7.
Whoa. Boy, I'm telling you right now, they damn near went 3 wide right there coming off 2, but Merck had a run on the outside and he's going to make it stick. Now Gregory's going to try to go with him. Adam Newton back there in the 19 trying to go as well. Chew back here, Montgomery back here, but Jurassic right now, Brady, he's got the best spot right now out of everybody because the next guy to even have a shot to try to run for this championship is back in the 8th spot, mired back in traffic. Jurassic, I would think, just needs to just kind of hold his ground right here and let those drivers have to try to work to come to him, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely, and I mean, we're already seeing Matthew David Wood up here into the 6 hole. Ryan Johnson's back there in 21st. Tristan Bruce looks like he was in 23rd as I see the ticker. But yeah, Matthew David Wood's coming up through the field. We didn't even talk about picks. I don't know if you and Dean have picks or whatnot, but that 21 machine of Matthew David Wood, he is my championship pick for tonight.
That is exactly who I had picked for that one. Matter of fact, Brady, I had MDW picked on the door banging. Wesley, who have you got, buddy?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I really would like to say I'm going to pick Ryan Johnson, the tiny horse. This guy has been running with NASRA on numerous levels, of course, in the trucks on Monday night, the Xfinity Series. He's had talents as well. To make it to the elite level, this is the big boys right here. And this could be the night for the man right now in that number 38 machine from Salem, Wisconsin. There you see him right there in tow, ironically. He's got the 29 behind him of course, I believe, last year's champion, Keith Bradley. So, yeah, man, that's my pick. That's who I'm going with.
Well, I tell you what, Dean, we haven't actually got yours yet. I know you didn't, I know you got a lot going on in the background as far as producing, but Dean, who have you got picked out of the championship 6, or do you have a pick?
I have 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other picks to win this one. Back to you.
That made no sense.
I have no idea what the heck that meant, right?
That was the idea. MDW. I reckon MDW might. It looks strong for this one, guys.
That's what I would say. I mean, that's honestly, MDW is kind of where everybody's going with it. Everybody's trying to go with old MDW, and he's starting to kind of claw his way through the field right here, Wesley. Is you starting to see a battle, not necessarily for the championship, but a race win, because granted, we're still going for a race win out here, right. Mind you, even though there's a championship 6, but Brady, see a battle for the lead. Stephen Gregory going around Jeff Merck.
Absolutely, and look, this isn't a surprise from Upfront Motorsports. They, tend to race here well. You got Taylor Peacock on that team, Chris Cinnamon. You see them on Monday nights do well here, so it's no surprise Gregory and Merck fighting for this lead right here, Wesley.
And by the way, what a phenomenal job, Brady, that you and the Hot Lap podcast did last night to set the stage for this championship night. You couldn't cut the pressure with a knife right now as we see these guys. Matter of fact, Brady, I was going to ask you that question before we started talking about over-unders and picks to win the championship from the broadcast booth. You've been a champion of the NASRA C.O.P.S Truck Series. What is going through the mind of these 6 drivers right now, especially in the early going of this race, knowing that there's a race within a race, and you want to be there at the end to be the champion?
Well, I'm glad you bring that up, Wesley, because like you said, the Hot Lap podcast was on last night. Great show. Appreciate all the drivers coming on board. It was a lot of fun for Cody Knott and I. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, Wesley, you come into this thing just wanting to get to stage 2, the conclusion of stage 2. Once you get to the conclusion of stage 2, then it's pretty much on, and it's on its race in itself. But you got other guys, Gregory's, Merck, they're all fighting for 7th place. You got guys fighting for 21st spot. We pay out top 25, so there's a lot of things going on besides these championship 6. So, but you just got to make it to stage 2 and then fight for it.
I'll say this, it's getting good up here in the neighborhood up here for that 3rd spot right now as you're riding on board with MDW, Matthew David Wood. Got the whole picture right there on the left side, riding on board with him. There's Matt Cherry right there. Obviously one of those drivers, but check out Jurassic all the way up. Basically on the wild side, I guess you could say, rim riding on the outside, gets a run. He's going to dive down to the inside. He's going to try to challenge with Merck, and he better find the nitrous button, honestly, Wesley Outland, because MDW has made his way all the way up to the 4th spot, trailing him right here at this point.
Working through the tri-oval, that double dog leg now off of turn number 4. There you see on the great graphics of the Championship 6, it is Stephen Gregory now to the lead. Merck on the outside lane. It's Jurassic now back to the bottom. Here comes the inside lane working. Merck's in trouble. They might go 2 for 1, Brady, as they work into turn 3.
Absolutely. Going into turn 3, Jordan, he's going to try to back up the corner right there, get a run through the center of the corner, and get the run off. He's got Matthew David Wood in tow with him. Hopefully they can kind of use the draft a little bit, kind of get around Merck. They've got to get this track position. So as you see, Adam Newton right there in 5th and Matthew Montgomery right there in 6th spot, Jacob.
I'll say this right now, all 41 of you out there in the live chat, if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to the NASRA 360 Racing Network. A lot of good stuff coming up. Obviously, February the 8th. Be the NASRA 500. It's going to be a rocking and rolling day, rocking and rolling whole week, to be honest with you. Me and Wesley Outland be on the call for most of, if not all of those races at Daytona, and hopefully you and yours will join us that week for some awesome racing for one of the best, the Great American Sim Race at Daytona. As Wood gets around Merck. Merck's getting bypassed. They almost went 3 wide. Newton and Montgomery back there as well as Jurassic. And Merck trying to scamper away, Wes.
3 trucks nose to tail. Gregory now to the inside of the racetrack. Jurassic and Wood will follow. About 2 truck lengths back. Then you've got the battle with Newton and Merck. Big gaggle of traffic. They fight 5 trucks in that pack. That goes on back into turn number 1 there, Brady.
Absolutely. We're starting to see guys like Matt Cherry fighting for a championship. He's back into the top 10. You got a lot of guys coming up. Ryan Johnson's moved up to 13th. So a lot of guys mixed around. Usually, you know, we'll see the championship 6 kind of migrate all to the front. Kind of scattered out right now, but we'll see how that plays out as the race goes on. Back to you, Jacob.
And you know, Brady, I'm going to throw it back to you real quick for a question. As you also see right there in the bottom right, make sure you like and subscribe. To, if you love what you see, obviously we had Santa down there around the Christmas time, give him a little tickle, but he's not there anymore, so just make sure you just hit the thumb up and just go with it. But Brady, I'll throw it back to you on this real quick. You got the Championship 6. All these guys, obviously with Conzilla right there as well. But anyway, the Championship 6, do you feel like they have to win the race tonight to win the championship? Or do you think maybe they could finish, say, 2nd, 3rd, somewhere in that range? Do you have to win it to win it all here this evening?
Well, I've been a part of it to where it's going both ways. You felt like you had to win the race, and you kind of had to win the championship, and then you didn't have to. You could run 2nd or 3rd and still claim the title. So I don't think with this field, with guys like Jeff Merck, Stephen Gregory, Adam Newton, Keith Bradley, Holden McGill, a lot of those guys that are running, just a race just for the weekly payouts, they're more than capable of winning this race. So I don't believe any of them have to necessarily feel like they have to win the race. They just have to manage it. 60% fuel. There's going to be pit stops. There's going to be strategy in this race as it evolves. So I would see how it plays out. But as you already hear, Jeff Merck, he come down the pit road here in this lap. So to answer your question, Jake, I don't feel like they're going to have to win it tonight. the race.
And remember, you know, and to add more to what Brady just said, Jacob, this race is going to happen in stages. I know we've got 3 stages of the race, but you've also got tonight's event at Charlotte. It's an afternoon event. Dusk is going to come into play. Nightfall is going to settle into play. It reminds me a lot of the Coca-Cola 600 for NASCAR. I promise you, though I'm not driving one of these iRacing rigs, Brady or Jacob, you guys can attest to this. The track's going to change, and it's going to change these trucks. And Brady, I would say whoever hits the right setup is going to be the person, whether they're in the championships or not, 6 or not, that could win this race tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, it's sunset. It's going to get nighttime. The track's going to cool down. It's going to get real racy here as the race goes on. So it's definitely going to change a lot. 70% track state we started out with, that's going to progress. So the track is going to change tremendously as we get into the nighttime.
I will say this. You got one man right here that's on a mission, and Brady, you can attest to this just a little bit with some of what happened last week as we're seeing Adam Newton, 19, locking it up, hitting the outside wall, or inside wall, rather. He's got Keith Bradley going in with him as they will elect to go down pit road. But the one driver that I'm seeing going through the field right now, literally motoring through the field, is Holden McGill. Did not qualify. He won the race last week, I guess you could say somehow. I mean, you know, obviously first and second got DQ'd from what happened last week. McGill ended up winning the race. As you see now, MDW going down pit road as well. But McGill is rocking and rolling through the field. Is Cherry going in as well. But, you know, back to the McGill deal, Brady, I mean, do you feel like, you know, he's basically at this point, he's got something to prove at this point because he feels like that he somehow or another, within a technicality, won the race last week, that he should be in the championship 6?
Not necessarily. I mean, Holden's a great racer. He's got multiple wins this season. He's had an up and down year, and he'll bounce back next season. But, you know, that's the beauty part about these playoffs, Jacob and Wesley, is, you know, you could feel like, man, I've got 5 wins in the regular season. You know, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to be in the championship 6. And then you got a guy like Holden McGill that's not fighting for a championship tonight. So that's the beauty part, you know, about all of this is just being that kind of person and not making it just shows, you know, people like Chris Blanchard, Matt Cherry, some of those guys that don't have wins this season, able to make it in that championship 6. It's very competitive, and that's how we want it.
Well, you know how I am. You know, I always love to start a little drama, so I figured I would go ahead and throw it out there. Why not? See what happens.
You know how I can deflect questions.
Yeah, I've noticed. But MDW,
and guys,
go ahead.
And here's something else too. You don't have to win. You know, you can be in 6th place and win the championship. Remember that. And the guy that wins the race doesn't have to be the first man in the points either. It's whoever is the first of the 6 drivers to cross the line first. So you might see a Stephen Gregory or a Montgomery or somebody end up winning the race. But, you know, as we mentioned, these 6 guys, Tristan Bruce, Brady, Jacob, we've seen the momentum that Tristan Bruce has had. He won Nashville till he got DQ'd last week. He could come out of nowhere and pocket this win. He wins the race. He wins the championship as the number 6 seed.
Yeah, man, he damn sure can. But right now, he actually made a pit stop that last time around as we got 4 to go right now, 5 rather, right here before they end up getting down to the nitty-gritty. Ryan Johnson, they're going to go in. Everybody going in. And Brady, I mean, you're the one that set this whole lobby up and everything else. Some of us have actually been drinking today since we finally got a day off in the past 11 days. Do you feel like that they could make it all the way to the end of the stage, or what's the whole plan? What do you feel like these guys are doing right here? As now we see the leader, Jordan Jurassic, going in.
Well, I can tell you this. I didn't even pay attention to how many laps they can go on a fuel run. I kind of did it blind. And as you see the numbers of the stages, I just kind of changed it up a lot. So we're going to see, there's going to be strategy. You're going to see some take tires, some not, try to leapfrog as the stage ends. So that's what we want in these championship races. We want it to be competitive. And to kind of go back to what Wesley brought up, you're not necessarily racing all your other competitors. If I'm a championship guy, I'm looking at the 6 truck. I'm looking at the 21, the 3, 45. So
spin going into the pits. Matthew Montgomery goes around. Brian Chew trying to get into the pits. Sorry to cut you off, Brady. But Brian Chew tried to go in. Montgomery tried to go in with him. And Brian Chew missed the pits. Montgomery able to get down into the pits. But that's going to certainly hurt the number 51's chances. But you see him now coming off turn 2. Obviously, he's going to try to make it. He may end up now. He may be out of gas. I think he's out of gas. He went all the way, and now he's going to have to get down to the inside. Big time deal right there for Brian Chew getting into Montgomery. That's going to cost him as now Jurassic may be coming around getting the stage win, Wes.
So we're realizing here that maybe you cannot go 30 laps on a run. As they work their way down to the final laps of this first stage, look at this, these crazy numbers. As you see, if you want to throw up the graphic of the way the night's format will go here at Charlotte, you see it's very different than usual. Okay, no, not the playoff bracket. The look at this: 33 laps, 82 laps. As we said, Jacob, as Brady just mentioned, this is a crazy number because usually it's like an even or odd number. Normally it's 35 or 30. That could really be something that we're going to keep an eye on because Brian Chew just pushed it to the limit. He came up 2 laps short.
Yeah, very good possibilities. They come off of turn number 4 to get the stage 1 win. It will be Jordan Jurassic. You see down there on the bottom side, actually, matter of fact, I believe they may end up going 1 more lap right here just to go ahead and make it all the way to the end. But you saw down there just a second ago, they got 15 green, white checkered attempts. Hey, folks, it's for the championship race. I wouldn't be surprised they use every damn one of them. But here we go. Jordan Jurassic going into turn number 3. Got to keep it clean, calm, cool, and collected. Down on the bottom side, keeping it right on the bottom. We're expecting a caution here in just a little bit. No caution right beside of it. So we're waiting on it. And Jurassic is going to go by the line going into turn 1. And there is the Serve Pro caution. So Jordan Jurassic gets the win for stage 1 MDW. Will be in second, Adam Newton. Holden McGill, 23rd up to 4th. Stephen Gregory, 12th up to 5th. Holden McGill, from what I'm seeing, the biggest mover of the field, Wes.
Hey, Boss Brady, I got to ask you this question. With somebody having the last name Outland, how did you come up with those outlandish numbers and the 15 attempts at overtime for this race tonight?
Well, to answer your question about the green-white checkers, I want to make sure that this thing ended under green. I want to have the race, not end under caution. So I might put you guys through a little bit of pain, but because like Jacob said, they might use all 15. But man, it was just a thought. Let's change it up. Let's do something different. We got season 10 coming up next. It's going to be a big year for NASRA with everything that we have going on, the NASRA 500 and everything. So just do something different, man. Can't keep doing the same things over and over again.
I like it.
I agree. I agree with him. I will say this. I got plenty of beer. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to make it all the way to the end of it. If we end up using all 15 of them, I'll probably end up being passed out. I tell you what, you see the logo up there, the NASRA 500 Great American Sim Race, February 8th. Check out this ad, and we'll bring you right back after these pit stops, folks.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Well, folks, we're back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jordan Jurassic down on the bottom side, or top side, rather. Stephen Thomas up there on the top side, or bottom side, rather. I haven't drunk enough, Wesley. I still have not. I finally got me a day off for the first time in literally 11 days. I finally had me some time and basically slept most of the day. And then at that point, I finally said, hey, I got some Busch Light in the fridge. Let's have some. Let's get ready to celebrate a new champion. Here tonight for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Stage 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic, is underway. And Stephen Thomas, he's going to try to get away with that lead. Jurassic right behind him. He may fall right in line. No, he's going to think different. Ride that top side. Adam Newton holding McGill. Going to go to the inside for third as Thomas leads off 2.
Richards crashes. Page gets turns. Other drivers get wrecked. Raul Meza, bottom of the apron. He gets collected. Massive crash. Bottom of the back stretch going into turn number 3. It started with Robert Richards getting turned sideways. The Blanchards towing number 48 machine into the fence at his hometown track. And we have another Surf Pro caution as we set up a Pulse Popper instant replay here in Charlotte.
Yeah, and this is not going to be a good deal right here to see. He actually snaps loose just for a second. It kind of looks like MDW kind of hits him on the tailgate and sends him straight up the track. But really, I mean, I'm looking at it on my end. If you watch where Robbie Richards, reckon Robbie is, some folks like to say, Casey Mink, thank you very much for that plug on the podcast. But Robbie just kind of gets loose. Watch him right here. You're going to see him snap loose, but nobody's touched him yet. What happens is why he goes to the right is then MDW hits him. If we back it up just a little bit, see if we can get a far chase, Cam, Dean. Get it way up above the car or above the truck. That way we can actually get a good look right here. You'll see right here. Watch him right here coming off turn 2. It's going to be fine. You see him right there. See that back end snap around. And MDW has got nowhere to go. Ends up hitting him in the tailgate. And then after that, it's just survival at that point. Everybody try to get through. Look at Tristan Bruce in the 3 right there, Wesley. Slide through, barely being able to make it through all the chaos that happened.
When it's all said and done, of course, another number of trucks involved. Cleanup now ongoing, and drivers are on pit lane as well. Hey, by the way, don't forget, join us next week for coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We got you covered as always. Monday night, season number 5. The NASRA Blanchards towing, the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series just started their season. It lifted this past Monday at Daytona. Monday night, we're at Auto Club Speedway. We'll have coverage as always on the, of course, NASRA 360 Racing Network. Tuesday night, the playoffs are going to be at Richmond Raceway. The final race in the quarterfinals on the NASRA Blanchards Towing Xfinity Series Season 3. Wednesday night, NASRA Cup Series. That'll be a fun one. We'll look forward to having you join us for that race. And then, of course, next Friday night, I think we'll be off. I don't know. Jacob, what's the plan? I guess they're going to take off until they come back after the NASRA 500. Is that what we were told, kind of? For the Friday night series?
Sure. I'm not really sure. Nobody's really said anything about that. And obviously, you were talking about the DSR Electric Truck Series where Lucas Lyons got the win on that one. Obviously,
Yes.
there was some people that was asking, hey, what was y'all laughing about so hard about in the green room? Wesley, you know about it. Dean, not 100%, but y'all don't know the whole deal about it. But I will say this: Sunday rolls around. We'll have a episode for the Door Banging download out for you folks. That way you will actually get to hear why we were talking about, why we were laughing so hard, and why Wesley Outland was shocked about what I said to Lucas Lyons in the green room. Wesley, you may have to think about that one for a second, but I think you know where I'm going with it.
Anyway. Nothing. I know nothing.
But there you see it, NASRA 500. I was talking about it a while ago. We had an ad break for it. Obviously, the Great American Sim Race, February 3rd through the 8th. Obviously, all the qualifiers, 1 through 12, all those dates, February 3rd through the 6th. Then you got the LCQ will be on the 7th, and obviously the duels and the feature, the big one, will be on February the 8th. No fast repairs, custom fixed setup, obviously 50 plus. Actually, I'm hearing it's over 100 drivers have signed up for this race. I'm one of them. Hopefully, I'm still broadcasting on the NASRA 500. If I'm not, whoever can have my spot, because I'm gonna help you broadcast that one, Wesley. I ain't gonna leave you hanging, but we'll see what happens when all that happens for the NASRA 500. After that big one back there, getting ready to go back green. Stephen Thomas, Jordan Jurassic, Adam Newton, Holden Miguel, Ryan Johnson, Tiny Horse from 21st has worked his way up into the top 5. So Jordan Jurassic thought he had this sucker in the bag, but no, not for a long shot. Not by a long shot, I should say. Ryan Johnson's up here at MDW. Right behind him, Thomas still leads off turn 2. Jurassic looking for the lead off 2.
Jurassic on the inside, opens the door to the outside lane for Thomas. Thomas will give him plenty of room. He's got a bump there. Help from Adam Newton, the Bulldog. Will he go bottom? Will he go high? He goes to the inside. Following will also be McGill. Ryan Johnson, your top 5 as they work off 4. And another caution out here at Charlotte off of the corner as they cross the line to put another lap on the board.
Get a little
I think
spinner
Devin
back
Painter
here.
and others are crashed.
The 4 of Joshua Rodriguez from the one that I saw. Devin Painter was also involved in it. Holy hell.
Hagen hard to the wall, boy. Wow, Kyle Hess and Hagen.
Dane Hagen hard at impact right here. And Hagen just snaps. Check this out right in front of Kyle Hess. I mean, there wasn't nothing saving that truck other than just basically when it went left, just keep it left and just let her fly. At that point, I mean, you know, he tried to overcorrect it, kick it back to the right. There you see it right there. The wheel went left, tried to go back right, and the problem was, Wes, damn truck caught. And when it caught, he went straight on, I mean, literally head on in the wall. Check it out, literally. And Kyle Hess has absolutely nowhere to go. Painter, one of those drivers, kind of gets involved. Rodriguez got spun around as well. But that's what we call a meatball flag. That is what you would get on a spaghetti plate at Olive Garden, which I will take this Sunday with me and my wife. So that is what you get on a spaghetti plate right there. You get a big old meatball flag out of that.
And drivers are on pit road. More service being done as nightfall settles in. Close to 60 people checking us out of the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Big hello and thank you for joining us. This is the championship of season 9. At night's end, there will be a champion, there will be a winner, or there will be both by one driver being able to wrap up this season. And unbelievable that this is again moving into a decade, a season 10 coming up. I don't want to say a decade of NASRA, but it'll be a season 10 for the NASRA series when we come back.
Absolutely.
So, pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be some awesome stuff. Hey, I tell you what, we're talking about that NASRA 500 and also the setups at the Redneck Announcer races. Let's cut to an ad break, let you hear from them.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Folks, there you saw right there, Premier Racing Setups. You need one, you know where to go, PremierRacingSetups.com. Obviously, enter the code of NASRA or JAKE57. Get 15% off your entire order. Also, 15% gets kicked back to the respective brands of either the NASRA or the door banging download. You want the setups of the Redneck Announcer races? Go check them out. PremierRacingSetups.com. And Stephen Thomas gets away with a lead. Jurassic finds a hole, sneaks down into it. McGill trying to rock and roll, get up here around Adam Newton. MDW, the top 5 as well.
Back for the restart again as they work the back straightaway. Thomas now up in front. He's the new leader. That's Stephen Thomas. Jurassic on the outside. Bottom of the racetrack. McGill, Newton, they're right there in third and fourth as we watch Johnson reeling them in off 4.
We got a little battle back here. How about this right here? A driver we haven't talked about all night. Chris Blanchard in the 9. He was talking about it in Atlanta. Number 9 for season 9. He is not in that 3-wide battle. If he was, he would be scared to death. Right behind MDW and Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson. Championship 6. Starting to get slowly but surely up here to the front. They're trying to get up here, make a statement right here, Wes. And it looks like those Championship 6 are making a huge statement. The one that's not right now is Tristan Bruce, who's sitting back in about the 13th spot.
And he'll set his sights now in on the outside lane. There is going to be Johnson, Blanchard inside. That's Chris Blanchard of the 9. There's Cherry watching on to that Chevrolet number 45. That goes on for position. This is 6th, 7th, and 8th. Working to the line. Glass Mechanic stage 2 nears lap number 50. And it's still Stephen Thomas leading the way up 25 spots into 1.
And remember, Glass Mechanic will also be the title sponsor for the NASRA 500 presented by the Glass Mechanic. Check it out, Matt Cherry. He's one of those drivers, Wes. He could be one of those that is a dark horse in all of this right here. Matt Cherry's been kind of just sitting there, just taking it as it goes. Everybody worried about Tristan Bruce. Everybody worried about Chris Blanchard, Tiny Horse, Jordan Jurassic. Ain't nobody saying anything about damn Matt Cherry. He's got a shot. He's trying to get up here. He's up here inside the top 10. Well in tow for a shot to be the champion for season 9, right behind Chris Blanchard.
It is Thomas, Jurassic, followed by Newton, Wood, and McGill, top 5. Cherry on the inside. McGill up there on that top lane, as you just mentioned, watching all of this happen. Also, Dustin Scruggs as they scrape off the wall. There's contact. Going around is Blanchard. Going around is Cherry. One of the championship 6 you mentioned. Now spinning into the infield grass off turn 4.
Oh, boy, and Cherry's going to end up having to take him a shot of whiskey on that one. I'm sure he's going to be a little ticked off at me, and then also got to get tagged right there at the end. Not real sure exactly who ended up getting into the tailgate of him. Cherry just tried to get the truck straightened back out. He gets nailed right in the tailgate. I believe that is the 94 of Eric Zimmerman, but you see everybody kind of stacking up right here off of turn number 4. And Cherry's going to be a little bit ticked at me probably because I give him the commentator's curse. But Blanchard just got to get somewhat tight, loose, however you want to look at it. Goes up, hits the outside retaining wall. Bad part is Cherry's there. Nowhere for Cherry to go. And then you watch Cherry try to get back up onto the track. And then Zimmerman and them, I guess they just arc braked and didn't even think he was going to come up. Hits him straight in the tailgate. And Matt Cherry, unfortunately, gets caught up in an accident right here. He may end up having to go down. And right there, that's one of those things, Wes. That's one of those things I love about Charlotte. It's kind of like a kind of mini Talladega, I guess you could say. Obviously, you got your tire wear, you got all that. This place is fast, it's chaotic, and anything can happen here at this track. So, I mean, right there, you literally got 2 guys right there in the championship 6. Not necessarily done, but now they're in one hell of a hole, and they got to find a way to dig out of it.
Gotta wonder how much damage is on the Blanchard or Cherry truck, as right now we are watching the rest of the field come down pit lane. So if the race ended right now, there's still over 100 laps to go. We're in stage 2. If the race ended right now, then Jordan Jurassic would be the champion because he is the highest driver of the 6 leading. Remember, as we mentioned, leading doesn't mean leading the race, because you see obviously Stephen Thomas up in front. Jacob Reeves, you don't have to win the race to win the championship. You just got to be ahead of the 6 guys that you're battling for the championship.
You are absolutely correct. Stephen Thomas was the only one to stay out right there. Everybody, literally everybody went into pit road. I've got to bring him up here just to mess with him. Honestly, I've got to bring him up here, folks, just to mess with him. We'll bring Stephen Thomas up here in the broadcast booth. Started 26th. He is leading right now. Stephen, are you there, buddy? Because literally everybody just everybody went down pit road, and you the only one that didn't go down. Did you just completely miss it right there? What happened?
No, I mean, they still can't make it to, everybody still got to pit, so if anything, they pit under green and have to take a little bit less than I do, but, everybody still got to pit before the stage anyway. We can only go 29 laps, so I didn't really plan on going in. I think everybody just went in because the first few guys did behind me. It ain't going to make too much of a difference.
And Steven, you're up here. You started 26th in the race. You all the way up here at the front. Didn't have to qualify, I'm assuming, for an EOL from after, I guess you could say, a chaotic race that happened last week
slightly
at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Yeah, absolutely. Just very slightly. But anyway, what would it mean, even though you're not going to be able to run for a championship, what would it mean to win the season finale here at Charlotte?
Oh, win's a win, especially in this series, so it would mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to win. I'm always trying to run up front. I am racing a lot harder now, being a little upset about last week. So, there's not going to be much give for me tonight. So I'm gonna try to get a win. We'll see.
Damn, we have a little bit of beef here. Well, Stephen Thomas, appreciate your time, and good luck the rest of the race, bud.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Damn, Wes, man, some beef here in a little bit. He sounded like he had a little bit of anger issues, I guess. Maybe he had that 23. He was close. He was in the shot. He had a shot, I should say. Was in that Elite 10 last week, and unfortunately did not make it through the chaotic race that we saw last week. That was of the Nashville Fairgrounds. You want my take on it? Go check it out. 064 episode of Damn Drama. That was the name of it. I'm not even joking about it. Here we go. Stephen Thomas up at the front. Jordan Jurassic sitting in second. Adam Newton, MDW, Holden McGill sitting. That is the top 5. Thomas, the driver that's really moved through the field more than McGill has. Both of them the biggest movers. Thomas leads Jurassic. Newton, the front 3. McGill gets clear with Wood for 4th.
And they work their way to the back straightaway. Thomas, Jurassic, followed by Newton. Newton up on the outside lane. McGill throws the block, and here comes MDW. Wood on the high side. Here comes Johnson as well. 5, 4 out of the top 10 right now are points drivers going for the championship. Thomas is up in front by 2 truck lengths on Jurassic into 1.
Jurassic still trying to reel him in the best that he can. He's got Newton right behind him. Wood trying to see if he can search for a way, not only to worry about Newton, but worry about Jurassic. Right behind him, you better watch his back door. Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson has entered the conversation. Scruggs trying to get up here with McGill. They're trying to spoil that whole party, but Tiny Horse has got a shot to try to get around Wood, and obviously try to get around Jurassic. That's the battle for the championship, as Thomas still holding on to that front spot.
Up to 16 spots out of the top 5. He's now setting his sights now on Wood, but Scruggs wants to now have something to say about it. Back straight away. Thomas, Jurassic, Newton, all on the outside lane. That's starting to work, and so is Tristan Bruce to the front in 3.
Boy, you better watch out for that number 3, starting to work his way to the outside and starting to make it work. Gets around Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson. Going to try to work his way up here with Dustin Scruggs. Thomas still leads. Jurassic still second. Newton, Wood, Scruggs, top 5. Bruce working that outside lane, trying to make it work. And Matthew Montgomery working this outside lane. Got to be careful though, Wes. You start working that outside and start using more throttle, you will burn those tires up. This place, it is old and wore out and beat all to hell. You will burn those tires up before you can even make it to the next pit stop.
Yeah, certainly it is. The Stephen Thomas still holding on to the lead. There's that battle for second. Look at this big gaggle of traffic right behind them in the top 10. Newton, Scruggs, they're side by side. Bruce watches on. Behind Bruce is Montgomery and Meza, and they go door to door heading to 3.
And there we go. Battle for second and battle for the championship lead up here as well. Wood gets around Jurassic. Wood takes sole possession of the championship lead. He wants to try to win the damn race. Here he goes to the inside of Stephen Thomas. MDW is going to try to go all the way to the front. He gets clear, jumps around Stephen Thomas. And now Jurassic is at a deficit. He's at a hole. He's got to find a way up here and get a shot at MDW and try to go for the championship. He better watch his back door. Newton stays outside and Bruce is right behind him as Thomas and Scruggs try to go after Wood off 4.
It is Wood in the lead now. MDW, as many know him as. He's to the top spot. Thomas now back to second. Scruggs third. Scruggs now goes to second. Thomas battles back on the bottom there, door to door. Jurassic and Newton are door to door behind him, and the leader is in single file form off 2.
I'll say this right now. If you haven't made it to the fridge yet to get you a cold one, you better go get you one right now. Stage 3, you might want to break out the whiskey because I got a feeling we are shaping up for an absolute barn burner here tonight. It's Thomas. He's got Newton trying to find a way around him. Jurassic's trying to see if he can catch back up to Wood. Wood still got Dustin Scruggs all over his tailgate. That's the thing I love about Charlotte, honestly, Wes. Everybody, I mean, you can get a big-time breakaway. You can have drivers break away, but you still, like I said, you got that Talladega Daytona feel where everybody's kind of packed up, at least for the first part of the run. Because at the end of the run, that's when you end up seeing who saved their tires and who not. So, honestly, you know, if you don't get Homestead as the final race of the season, you can't beat it. This is the best place to have it right here.
All the while, we continue to watch them going at it. It's lap number 62 of 150. Remember, we're in Glass Mechanic stage number 2. I believe, if I remember, the number is 85 or 82. Lap 82. So you still got about 20 laps remaining. And these wild, crazy numbers in the stages for this event here in Charlotte. Right now, the leaders, single file, the first 2 are. They're door-to-door again, Jurassic. And it's well, there's Thomas. He goes single file now. Open the door to Bruce on the inside in 2.
Bruce finds a hole, going to try to dive it down to the inside. Thomas up top, up front 3. Nothing going, nothing doing right now. Now Jurassic tries to go up top. Maybe a little bit of draft up there with Stephen Thomas. Right on the bottom side, Tristan Bruce, nobody to try to help him out. But here you go, Montgomery trying to work with him as well. They'll go back single file, literally single file all the way through the damn field. You got to go all the way back to Raul Meza back here trying to hold off Stephen Gregory. But Jurassic says, not yet, not by a long shot. I'm going to work this outside lane. Jurassic trying to fight and get back up here to Wood. He's going to work the outside, try to get a run off 4.
It is Wood in the lead. It is Scruggs in second, followed by Newton. Jurassic now, right there on the inside. Makes a run on Newton. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Scruggs sets his sights on MDW as they work their way into turn number 1.
Jurassic down on the inside. He's got Newton up top. Now he's still trying to rock and roll. Wood, Scruggs trying to find whatever they can, try to get away. Thomas back here trying to hold on to the 5th spot. That's all he can. But Tristan Bruce back here and Keith Bradley right behind him trying to get a run around Matthew Montgomery. Front 2 single file.
Back to the tri-oval. Across the line. Look at now, Tristan Bruce now, the Denver, North Carolina driver, has moved his way up to now the 6th position, 3rd driver of the championship, 6th in the rotation. Back straight away now. It is MDW. Everybody had their sights set on the man, Michael David Wood. He leads them in turn number 3. Matthew David Wood in the front spot. Here he comes off 4. Scruggs. And now Newton now gets into the 3rd spot off 4, coming to the line.
Wood was my pick on the door banging down load. I didn't put any money on him because I figured if I put money on him, then I would end up jinxing him. So that's the only reason I didn't bet on you, Matthew. So hopefully that helped you out to be able to have a shot. Try to win it here tonight. MDW Dustin Scruggs, Adam Newton, Jordan Jurassic, Stephen Thomas, the top 5. Keith Bradley, Tristan Bruce, single door to door back here, I should say. Right behind them, Matthew Montgomery, Ryan Johnson, their double file right behind them. Front drivers up here, front 6, I should say, front 5, I should say. Single file, everything battling from their own back, 4th or 5th on back. I ain't drank enough, Wes. 5th on back, they're double file and they're racing like all get out.
Hey, you sound like you're yelling inside of a megaphone, my friend, like you're at a sporting event, so I didn't know how much you've consumed of alcohol. Right now, MDW in the lead. Scruggs in 2nd, Newton 3rd. Look at this model now. Keith Bradley, 2-time NASRA C.O.P.S champion on the outside. Johnson will follow. McGill is in that mix with Bruce, and they're going to go door to door into turn number 1.
Hopefully it sounds a little bit better right now, but you see Bruce up on the top side. I'm not sure. Hey, I had the bush light right beside me. I was doing all that I could. Anyway, Bradley finds a way, gets around Ryan Johnson. Johnson and McGill now, they find a way around Tristan Bruce. Bruce was on a roll, Wes, but now he's starting to slide back just a little bit. And, now he's got 3 of the best, honestly, if I may, 3 of the best right here in front of him. Maybe, Tristan kind of burned it up. Maybe he wants to think about trying to see what these other 3 has got here in front of him and see if he can learn from 3 of the best. What do you think?
Well, maybe. That might be the best thing to do. Just right now, ride and drive. Don't count any of those other guys behind the leader right now of Mr. Matthew Wood to the line. Put another lap on the board here in Charlotte. The playoffs roll on. The Season 9 championship race for NASRA and the C.O.P.S trucks. Bradley on the bottom. He is not in contention to win the championship this year, but obviously he's won it twice. He won it last year. He now battles in the top 5, trying to get to Johnson and Jurassic as they work in 3.
Front 3 actually have separated from the field. They are gone right now. Nobody's even close to them. Actually, make that front 4, actually, with MDW, Dustin Scruggs, Adam Newton, and Jordan Jurassic. Keith Bradley back here trying to hold him McGill and Ryan Johnson, but he wasn't able to do it. They actually snuck around him. Jurassic trying to work to this outside. He knows that this is what he needs to do. He needs to get up here and run with MDW, West, because if he didn't get up here and run with him, MDW he's literally going to run away with his championship. So Jurassic's got to get up here and start putting some pressure on MDW, because if he don't, like I said, it's going to be a runaway train for MDW.
In the words of Steve Winwood, roll with it, baby. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Matthew David Wood in the lead. Scruggs down to the inside in 2nd. Jurassic 3rd. Closing in on under 10 to go here as we approach lap 82 to stage 2 here in Charlotte. And that 3rd and final stage should be a wild and woolly moment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be when you break the whiskey out like I was talking about. And I tell you what, you talking about Steve Winwood talking about roll with it. How about Easton Corbin? For some of you redneck fans out there, he had an awesome song out there, roll with it. I know Dean's got to be sitting up there going, what the hell's up with all the songs? Hey, look.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell Easton Corbin is either. Is that our new country today or something?
Hey, look, he's got some good stuff. I tell you what, anybody out there in the live chat, if you have heard of Easton Corbin, he's a very, very good singer. As we actually got a caution now, Surf Pro caution just breaks up my whole plug for Easton Corbin. He is a very, very good singer. Matter of fact, Matthew Montgomery, he was up there in the top 10. Might have got a little bit of a love tap from somebody. He was battling with Brian Shue. Let's see kind of what happens right here with old Mr. Montgomery. And, might have been a little bit of bad side draft gone wrong right here, because I've seen drivers do side draft on the left side out of that, or damn, honestly, it looked like both of them come together. Montgomery comes down, Chew comes up. That's just one of those bad things. I mean, they're trying to get as tight as they can, because West, these trucks, they're so aerodynamic the way that they are. You got to find anything that you can, any kind of side draft to try to pull somebody back. And both of them were just so tight on one another that they just came together, and it's just one of those racing deals. In my opinion, it's a racing incident. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is another racing incident, and we'll see what happens, obviously, out of that exchange. Still a long way to go in this one, and drivers are on pit road again. So pit stops, and I think we're going to go back to green for stage 2. There's still plenty of laps left before we go back to a restart, Jacob.
Yes, sir. I believe that there is. As you see, Tristan Bruce will elect to go down pit road. Matt Cherry, obviously involved in that whole deal with him and Chris Blanchard. You hear the lug nuts, all that cool stuff going on in the background. Thank God that we don't actually hear the gas or the fuel, or however you want to look at it, going into the car, because if you did, then it would actually make me want to take another drink. And sounds to me like I don't need to take another drink, so I might want to slow down just a little bit. But anyway, there you see Tristan Bruce coming out of the pits. Everybody else coming out as well. Matt Cherry, all those drivers coming out. Wood up here with Scruggs and Dressy. I tell you what, we haven't actually had the opportunity for the MJ2 racing driver, haven't able to get a hold of him. That's Jordan Jurassic. He was our stage 1 winner, and Jordan Jurassic got him up here in the booth. Jordan, baby, you got a shot. You've been up front basically the whole time. Started on the pole, you've been up front. You ain't really dropped back or nothing. What's it going to take to win this championship?
It's going to take all this track position. A couple of the non-playoff drivers, they seem to want to be running up in the top 5. I mean, they're racing clean. It's just good hard racing, but track position is key here. You want to stay up front and then hopefully have a shot at the championship there in stage 3.
Now, I'll ask you this because, you know, we had Brady the Buff up here a while ago, and he was sitting there saying real quick, because I know y'all are one to go, he said that he doesn't feel like that you need to win the championship, or let me rephrase that. Win the race to win the championship. Obviously, with Wood up here at the front, and then you got a couple of these guys up here at the front, do you counteract that statement? Do you feel like that you have to win this race to win the championship?
No, definitely not. You don't need to win this race, but there are a couple fast guys out here. They like to pull some strategy. I saw maybe some people pitted there, and they're going to get some track position, but ultimately it's just trying to beat the other 5 drivers, and that's what we need to do to put ourselves in position to win this championship. And I also want to thank Scott Bridges, Sam, Jordan, every one of our sponsors, West Texas Perpetrators, Ruthless Racing, and then let's go get a championship here.
Man of the people, Jordan Jurassic, buddy. Appreciate your time and good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll have a good one.
Jordan Jurassic, he's kind of going with the same deal right there, Wes, with Brady LaBeouf, thinking that, yeah, I ain't got to worry about trying to win this race. I just got to worry about the other championship 6. So sounds like Jurassic's kind of got his ducks in a row somewhat, I guess you could say.
Ready for the field to make their way back to the Geico restart zone. Still a couple of laps remaining, 5 laps to be exact, as the green flag flies on the restart. Matthew David Wood on the loud pedal. Scruggs to the outside. Open up the door to Jurassic. Newton, McGill, they all thunder their way back up the bank into 1 and 2.
I think we've actually got some beef, Bobby, out there in the live chat. You're not drinking tonight. You should find you whatever that you can get to get you hyped up and get you ready to go, as Jurassic has found his way to second, trying to dive it in on the inside outside. Here comes Scruggs on the inside. Wood trying to get away. Jurassic up top. Scruggs down on the bottom. Newton, McGill. That is the top 5. Tiny Horse trying to find his way down here. And how about Blanchard? Chris Blanchard. He could be the serious dark horse out of all of them, Wes. He got caught up with Matt Cherry a while ago. He's up here inside the top 10.
And right now they work their way back into that 3rd turn. Up on the outside lane is Wood. Wood gives plenty of line to Jurassic. Jurassic will follow toe. So will Scruggs. Newton and Johnson side by side. McGill is there as well. Final lap remaining. There are actually 2 to go. Let's be honest, it's not the last lap. It's 2 to go in stage number 2, as it's still Wood in front.
Boy, and they almost went 3 wide back here with Newton, Tiny Horse, and Holden McGill coming off of turn 2. McGill trying to go to the bottom, middle rather. Here comes Blanchard. Blanchard on a straight up tear, trying to go to the inside, almost gets into it. They're going to door bang. McGill and Blanchard door banging coming off of turn number 4. Wood's going to lead off of turn number 4, and he is going to try to look for the white flag and try to win this stage 2.
This will be the final lap now of stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic. Down the back straightaway, they thunder. Matthew David Wood in front. Jurassic second. Scruggs in third. Johnson, Newton, right now, all trying to get in line for that third and final stage to see who will be the champion. MDW leads them all 4.
MDW is going to end up winning stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic. It's Wood, Jurassic, Johnson, Blanchard, and Scruggs. 4 of the 5, front 4, matter of fact, are Championship 6 drivers. So pretty big right there to see that. If you're looking for some of the other Championship 6 drivers, Tristan Bruce, not up here in that. He's way back here around the 22nd spot. And the other Championship 6 driver, I'm looking to find him, and that is Matt Cherry, who's sitting in the 20th spot. So, front 4 of the Championship 6 drivers. The other 2, they mired back there in the back, West. I'm not 100% if this is a whole strategy game plan or what this is all is right now, but MDW, he put a whooping on them right there in stage number 2.
And by the way, it is now time to get yourself in position for that third and final stage. And it will be about less than over 60 remaining. I'm thinking about 65 to go, 66 remaining when they come to the line. But yes, it's important to strategize. Obviously, fuel capacity, 60%. And we have seen Jacob Reeves that totally throw everybody off of their regular 85, 100% status. This will be a very crucial stage coming up here for Charlotte and to decide who will be the Season 9 champ.
Well, I tell you what, you were talking about it, or excuse me, I was talking about a second ago to make sure that you get your whiskey. I tell you what, after we get this opportunity right here, let you see everybody going down pit road, as we do see a couple of drivers staying out right here on the alternate strategy. A couple of them, Stephen Thomas, Matt Cherry, drivers that is on that alternate strategy. We was hearing that Bruce and Cherry was on the alternate strategy, but I don't see him staying out and trying to rock and roll up here. Well, Cherry anyway, but Bruce, I don't see him actually staying out. I think he actually went in right there. But there you see the battle off of pit road. I tell you what, folks, while we have the opportunity right here at the end of the stage, we'll get with MDW after this commercial break. Let you get ready. Let you get yourself settled in. See who's going to win Season 9 for the championship here for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. We'll be right back here at Charlotte.
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Well, alrighty, folks, there you saw right there some of our great sponsors. Obviously, Butt Kicker, one of them. Obviously, Premier Racing Setups, all our great sponsors here at NASRA. My folks, Jim Beam, Jack, hell, any kind of vodka, any kind of whiskey, anything that you got, we're getting ready for Season 9. Championship 6 is on the line for stage number 3. And here we go. Stephen Thomas found a hole. He gets away. Matt Cherry just trying to find something. He literally just threw some kind of strategy out there trying to make it work. Jurassic gets to the inside. Jurassic leads out of the championship 6.
It is Thomas in the lead. Here comes Broadfoot now on the outside lane and clear a path. Matt Cherry, remember him spinning with Blanchard down at the bottom of the infield grass? He has now moved his way to the top 5 as they work in turn number 1. Stage 3, game on. Championship up for grabs and the win too. It's Jurassic battle for the leadoff 2.
And watch out on his back bumper. You got Blanchard and you got Tristan Bruce. Bruce thought about going to his inside. Blanchard put the block on him. Thomas up top. Bruce trying to find a way. Blanchard's going to find that hole, and he's going to send it and try to make it stick. Jurassic trying to get away. Cherry, Blanchard, Bruce trying to find a way. Thomas in 1.
And they work back into the corner again, down into 1 and 2. Up front, it is Jurassic. Jurassic up at the top spot. Remember the last time the 45 and the 9 were side by side? Could we see deja vu again? Blanchard, Cherry, door to door in 3 and 4.
Boy, you're just trying to jinx them at this point, Wes, but there they go. Woo, boy, Blanchard found a home slant right across the tailgate of Cherry. Now, Cherry had that outside, trying to see if he can get a run, trying to work his way up to Jurassic. Blanchard's going to slide back into that 3rd spot. Thomas is going to hold in 4th. Bruce, Wood, Bradley, the top 7 as they work their way down into turn number 3.
Bruce up on the outside lane. Keith Bradley right there alongside. They're door to door. Bruce up to 7th. Making a patient drive now through the field. Everyone single file is now Jurassic leading them into the corner. He could win the race and the championship. The number 6 in front here in Charlotte.
And front 5 trying to see if they can get away. Battle is for 2nd. Bradley, Bruce trying to work their way into turn number 3. Wood trying to find a way around that outside lane. With Stephen Thomas, he has found that hole. He has found that run. Here comes Wood on the outside of Thomas, maybe thinking 2 for Wood, but Blanchard puts the block on Wood. Going up to the outside lane, he may not be able to pull it off right here off 2. Wood found a run, but now he's going to be able to pull it. Wood will go to 4th, blow the crossover, going to the inside into 3.
MDW around Thomas, now to the driver door of Blanchard off 4 into the double dog leg. Cherry now pulls to the inside. 4 drivers in the playoff championship battle going at it into turn 1.
And there you see him right there. Cherry trying to see if he can hold on. Blanchard, there goes Blanchard straight up into the wall. Everybody's going to bypass Chris Blanchard. Cherry might have caught the apron. Slid up, got into Blanchard, sent him up the hill, and he is not going to be happy about that, even though it may have been an accident. Cue it up, Dean. We got beef. Why not? Screw it at this point. Last race of the season, there is a possibility we may end up having a little bit of beef, even though it was an accident. It's entertainment. Get over it, folks. It's entertainment. Cherry getting into Blanchard sends him up the hill. But the bad part about it is Wood found a hole, Wesley. Got around Cherry. He's trying to reel in Jurassic for that championship lead.
Jurassic, Wood, Cherry, Thomas, Bradley. That's the way it stands right now. Across the line, another lap on the board. Approaching lap 100. Over 55 laps to go now. Jurassic up high, opens the door. Matthew David Wood's going to kick it in 2.
Trying to see if he can find a run, but Jurassic, look at him actually kind of going down to the inside, trying to break the draft. We've seen that numerous times, kind of like, I guess you could say, IndyCar racing, or even in NASCAR, try to break that draft, because that draft is king here on the backstretch. You can easily gain 2 to maybe even 3 tenths going down the backstretch, just like it's going to work for him right here in the quad oval. MDW to the inside. Jurassic up top, battle for the lead and the championship right here in stage number 3.
Door to door, Jurassic on the outside, and Wood will follow. Here he comes to the inside, nothing there. He loses ground now. The truck link back on Jurassic. Wood's got to reset and try again as they come to the line out 4.
He's got to find some kind of draft, find something, anything at this point. Try to find a way around Jordan Jurassic. Keith Bradley has actually worked his way up to the 3rd spot. He's bypassed Matt Cherry and Stephen Thomas. Tristan Bruce has got to fell back to the 6th spot with Blanchard having that little bit of a door bang. They're actually going side by side in the middle of 3 and 4, but Blanchard finds a hole, able to sneak by him. So right now, front 7, I should say, kind of single file. Blanchard trying to, almost contact. Bruce trying to go through the grass. Shades of way back in the day with Dale Earnhardt and Bill Elliott tried to pull a pass in the grass, but Blanchard had a run and was able to hold him off.
What an amazing move again as they hold it together, almost driving to the bottom of the apron onto the grass into the Toyota restart zone with Tristan Bruce. Now he's up on the outside lane. Here comes now Newton to follow. Johnson is in tow. We're door to door, putting about 100 on the board. Next time by, here is Charlotte.
We ain't got too much longer to go. We'll see how this ends up paying out for some of these drivers. As you see Ryan Johnson, he's going to look down to the inside of Tristan Bruce. Bruce saw a hole, tried to make it work. Newton ended up shooting by Tristan Bruce. Now Ryan Johnson is going to shoot by Devin Pater, the silent assassin. Reason why we call him a silent assassin, Wes, we don't talk about him a whole lot. We never talk about him because he never says anything. He never says anything. He never does anything. But just be silent and try to make whatever he can out of whatever he can at this point. He's going to end up going to the 9th spot, but he's got Jeff Merck all over his tailgate. Is Blanchard trying to work his way around Stephen Thomas in 3.
That's that battle going on now for the position of Blanchard and Thomas for 5th. Meanwhile, the leaders come to the line. 100 laps down, 50 to go. It's now go time. If you haven't hit that go button and get in stealth mode, Championship 6, you better go now. A championship hangs in the balance in 50 more laps as they're battling again on 4.
Yeah, make sure if you haven't, with these drivers, obviously they got the go button they got to hit, but make sure if you haven't hit that little thumb up or even the invisible Santa Claus, make sure you like and subscribe to the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Yeah, do all that you can, whatever you can. Is Jeff Mark, the outside pole setter? Old Pokey's up here. They call him Pokey in the driver chat, general chat, however you want to look at it. Pokey,
Jesus.
yeah, I'm not even making that up. I'm dead serious. You go look at it. Pokey has got a shot up there to give him a top 5, possibly a win. And obviously, we talked about this a while ago, Wes, with Jeff Merck being as aggressive as he is, he could play a factor, even with this championship 6. He could play a factor in who wins this championship.
And we know how good Jeff Merck is. Okay, let's not take away 2 seasons ago. Atlanta, he won the championship and a Rookie of the Year title in the same year. I don't think anybody in NASRA has actually ever done that before. The Rookie of the Year and the champion in the same year. Jeff Merck did it. And right now, he is setting his sights on the top 5. He's up now to 4th, looking for 3rd on Cherry as they work their way in the corner again.
Yeah, and he damn near won, about 8 races, give or take. I mean, he won a lot of races that season. As you see Merck trying to work his way up here with Cherry. Battle for the lead is on. Jurassic has lost that lead. Bradley has found the whole shot to the inside of the animal. Keith Bradley, last season's champion. However you want to look at it, obviously under pace laps, he was up front. Obviously, last season's champion. That is a NASRA tradition. Honestly, Wesley, I think he's trying to finish basically where he technically started. As you see back here, Thomas and Pater, a little bit of contact. What happened? Oh, wow. Hold on, Stephen. Oh, hell of a save by Stephen Thomas in the 23.
What a save by the number 23. That might be save of the year for the number 23 of Thomas. Done the while. The race rolls on. Closing in on 45 remaining. Back in the turn number 1 and 2. Johnson now trying to set his sights on Merck and Blanchard. That's 5th through 7th as Newton watches on. Now Blanchard is going after Merck as they work in the 3.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out anything that they can at this point. Everybody trying to find runs, trying to go where they can. Blanchard almost ends up getting into the door of Tiny Horse. Newton finds a hole to the outside. Now everybody trying to find a way around Blanchard. Blanchard's slow on the inside. Painter and Gregory, they're going to try to see if they can slide up as we got drivers working their way on pit road. Remember, folks, believe it was 60% fuel capacity, and obviously with the 5 sets of tires, that's 4 in the pits, 1 on the truck. Some of them's already burned it said, and obviously it's like we talked about, 15 green, white checkers. Listen, we could have a lot of beef tonight with a lot of guys trying to figure out anything, any way that they can.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to win this championship. I mean, we could literally have a literally beef. We could have a madhouse.
15 overtimes. We're going to have 15 overtimes.
Yeah, it'd be like damn Bowman Gray Stadium at this point. If it literally could here be the night.
15 overtimes if need be. They wanted to make sure they got it definitively who would win the championship. And right now, Johnson getting around Merck and Cherry. And by the way, pit window is between 25 to 30 laps. 30 laps is pushing it. We saw what happened to Brian Chew when he ran out of fuel. And we got more on pit road as we saw Blanchard pit. But between 25 to 30 laps, Jacob Reeves, that's the pit window. You have got to be monitoring that. You are going to see green flag pit stops unless we get a yellow to determine the outcome of the race and the championship.
Yeah, but I'll say this. I mean, if they pitted right now and thought they was going to make it all the way to the end, you were saying 20 to 30 laps. They're pretty much up the creek at this point, unless they try to save at this point. Is there you see MBW, he's going in. Tristan Bruce is going in. Cherry's going in. Thomas is going in. All these drivers going in. Even if they go right now, I mean, they're probably at the point they've got to go in. But Wes, I mean, if they go in right now, they pretty much still got to at least make it on one more stop from what you're saying.
Watching them work off the corner. The animal Keith Bradley. He's a 3-time NASRA champion, by the way. 1 time of the DSR Electric Truck Series. A 2-time C.O.P.S Series champion. Defending champion. And right now, the man out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, trying to fight off Jurassic. Jordan Jurassic outside in the 6th. They're door to door. They ain't even pitted yet.
Jurassic down on the inside. Bradley up top. Jurassic has, I guess you could say, somewhat preferred line, but Bradley's actually got a little bit better of a line. With outside lane here at Charlotte, you can get a fantastic run. Shoot around that outside lane. Jurassic down on the inside. Very, very clean racing, obviously, by the veteran. The animal, Keith Bradley, knows what's at stake for Jurassic. So obviously trying to be as clean as he can. But obviously, that's one of those things, Wesley. I talked about this, as, obviously on the door breaking download. I think I talked about it last week on the broadcast. That is what makes NASRA, and not only NASRA, but NASCAR, or however you want to look at it, very unique. From other sports, is that you got certain drivers going for a championship, but the whole field gets to play as well, and they can play a factor into who wins that championship. So very interesting right here. Obviously Keith Bradley, Jordan Jurassic right here trying to battle it out for the lead, but Jurassic's right now got the championship as we're hearing Tiny Horse is actually having faster times than Jurassic.
Time running out with, again, 35 laps to go. Coming up with Bradley in the lead. Jurassic, here comes now Cody Knott and Osborne. They're on pit road. Pit stops are happening. We mentioned them. It's happening. And here comes Jordan Jurassic Jurassic on pit lane. This could be the money stop and also the best pit stop he needs of his iRacing chance for a title. The 6 on pit road. Now Bradley back to the lead. Johnson the second. Merkin, Newton, Gregory, you're now your new top 5 there, Jacob.
And you better watch out for old tiny horse right here, Ryan Johnson, because if this sucker goes green, if he tries to save enough, looks like he may end up, nope, he's going to go in this time. So Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson locks it up. Oh, he about sped. He tried to lock it up. He may have got a black flag. I'm looking, and damn it, he got one. Unfortunate for Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson, got a black flag for speeding going into pit road. He locks it up. Ryan Johnson basically has threw away his championship right there at that point. He's going to be sitting there for quite some time, as there you see MDW working his way around off of turn number 4. MDW, like I said, he's my pick. But obviously there's plenty of other drivers out there that's got a shot to get this bad boy. As you see Gregory out there as well, Gregory on pit road as well. But what, I mean, we talked about this, Wes. You know, just everything that, you know, MDW's went through. I mean, he is very, very, I guess you could say, passionate for everything that's been going on here in NASRA. He's been kind of one of those guys where you just sit there and you just look at him and go, you know what? I feel like he deserves this championship. At least that's in my eyes. You know, at least that's the way that I feel anyway.
Could it finally happen? Could it finally happen is the question. As right now, he is hitting his marks, and currently he has fell back to 3rd. He is the first driver, though, as here comes Cherry and Blanchard right there side by side. Top 3 of the points right there, 3rd through 5th on the racetrack, as McGill and Scruggs are now the new top 2. 33 to go here at Charlotte.
Scruggs still trying to hold on to the lead, obviously. Would love to be in that championship. So, have mercy. You cannot make this up. We're actually hearing Raul Meza. I thought it was actually Stephen Gregory. Matter of fact, no. Yes, you are right, Mr. Dean Hopton, producer. You basically hit that one right on the head. It was Raul Meza in the 37. He ends up going around and brings out the caution. He is still stopped on the racetrack. Not real sure what happened to the 37. Oh, now we know exactly what happened to him. So you got a little bit of love tap right there from our old producer, Mr. Cody Knott right there. Looks like he kind of got into the back of him. Actually, no. Meza just snaps loose right there, for at least on my end, Wes. Looks like he just snaps loose and just loses it right here.
Caution out. And this definitely changes everything. This entire scenario of this race is now. There is a shot. Cody Knott into Raul Meza. Raul Meza serve pro entry into the outside or the inside pit wall on the backstretch. And this triggers a late race caution with 30 to go. Everybody, it looks like, is coming down pit road again. Even if they pitted, they're all coming down again, except for Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson did not come down pit road. He is probably going to be the new leader.
That is one hell of a gamble right there on the number 38 of Ryan Johnson. Actually, we're seeing, I think he was actually the lucky dog right there. So Ryan Johnson, actually, I think he might have went down or whatever. From what I'm seeing, he was actually.
That's right. He is the lucky
down,
dog.
So.
Yep. I didn't realize that, but now he's back on the lead lap. My apologies. So yes, he is. So guess what now? Now Tristan Bruce and Jurassic, it looks like he's going to be scored as a new leader in 3rd place. Wow. And Brian Chu, remember this one. Brian Chu now the new leader. Ran out of fuel in stage 1, remember?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to get interesting right here. I tell you what, folks. Let's take a quick ad break because, honestly, I've got to go find some more Busch Light and I've got to take a leak. So we'll go ahead and let you hear from some of our great partners here with NASRA. Don't go anywhere. We'll bring you back here for the restart.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic.
Folks, we're back here for the restart. How about you, Brian Chew, Jordan Jurassic, Tristan Bruce, Keith Bradley, Matthew Montgomery, the top 5. Couple of drivers up here, 2 of them, mind you, up here in the top 5 has got a shot to try to win the championship here for season 9. Tristan Bruce to the inside, Jordan Jurassic battle for the championship, but Brian Chew trying to get away with the lead.
29 laps to go, 28 remaining as they come to the line. Brian Chew, remember what happened to Brian when he ran out of fuel at the end of stage 1? He battles back. Here comes Jurassic. Jurassic to the lead, looking for the win, looking for the championship in Charlotte as they work it in turn 1.
We'll see how this works out as now Jurassic's got to get away with the lead. Chew now in second. Bruce, Bradley, Keith Bradley, the animal, last season's champion, may play spoiler to all this chaos up here. Dives down to the inside. Chew on top. Bradley on the bottom. Bruce is going to follow him. Bruce may think, hey, let's follow Bradley and see if he can lead me to the promised land for the championship here for season 9. Jurassic still leads. Bradley, Bruce, that's your top 3.
Jurassic in the lead. Bradley right there to the inside. Followed behind him is Tristan Bruce. Single file as they work into 3. Behind them, Newton and Chew. Anybody can win this thing. Working off turn 4. Crash. Trouble in turn number 3. Hard into the wall. It's Matthew David Wood, one of the championship contenders. Matthew Montgomery. Matthew, and I don't mean a law firm, have crashed in turn 3 and 4. Caution out for the 8th time. And a championship contender, Matthew David Wood, involved here at Charlotte.
Oh, me. He's going to have beef with me after all this is said and done right there. I mean, he had absolutely nowhere to go. Stephen Gregory gets honestly Montgomery in the left rear, and Wood had absolutely nowhere to go, sends him straight up the hill. And that's one of those things, Wesley, I was talking about right there with how NASRA, NASCAR, however you want to do it, with racing playoffs, it is completely different than, say, football, basketball, baseball, whatever. When they have these playoffs, have these championship races, this is the kind of stuff that happens right here. It's just wrong place, wrong time for Wood right here. And unfortunately, he gets caught up at it, and he can end up having beef with me because, I mean, I picked him. So I kind of basically put a podcaster's curse, I guess you could say, on him.
Drivers are pitting. This changes everything now. Jurassic and Bruce are now 1 and 2. Remember, they pitted a moment ago. Merck and Chew and Painter, now the new top 5. As we see new guys on pit lane, more drivers of the championship on the pits, including Johnson, Blanchard, Wood. And boy, oh boy, wow, this changes the entire scenario of everything. Jurassic and Bruce could possibly battle it out for the race win and the championship here in Charlotte, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, this could be an absolute blast right here to see how this bad boy is going to turn out with Jurassic, Tristan Bruce. Hearing from our producer, obviously, real big right here, as we're going to see right here, our grid right here with, everything that we got going on. Obviously, MDW, I hate to see that for him. Obviously, he can put the blame on me, however he wants to do it. That's what I would do if I was him. Blanchard, Cherry, Johnson, Jurassic, Bruce, that's your top 6. And then, obviously, what we got coming up here in February, NASRA 500 Great American Sim Race presented by the Glass Mechanic. There you see all the dates, your entry fee, all that good stuff. I do want to mention real quick, I got to throw this out there, Wes. The door banging download is associated with the NASRA 500. The news got broke yesterday, I believe it was, or it might have been earlier today, that we are sponsoring the Hard Charger Award. I would love to have a We Got Beef Award. I would love to have that one, honestly, Dean. Brandon LaBeouf, if you're listening to this, please make a We Got Beef award, and we will sponsor that bad boy now on Sunday. We'll take it off the Hard Charger. We'll put it on the We Got Beef award. But we are sponsoring the Hard Charger award, and all our great sponsors that you see down there on the bottom of your screen. I mean, just it's like I say all the time, Wes. It takes a community of people. It really does. Damn, Dean just hit it on. He skipped that. It's like a record. He skipped it. But anyway, I mean, it literally takes a community of people to make something great, and that's exactly what we have here at NASRA.
Going to be a fun one for sure, and we hope that you join us for the big one. Speed Weeks, again, all of our major series leagues will be off in preparation for the NASRA 500, again, February 3rd through the 8th. You have now Jurassic and Bruce side by side, under 25 to go. May the best driver win for the championship as they come back to the Toyota Geico restart zone. Jurassic with the restart of his life on the restart box into turn number 1. The 6th is gone.
That's exactly what I would do. I would, as soon as I get there, I would straight up gas it up, and there you see it. With a crank it up. Let's crank it up. Here with the under 25 to go. Here for the championship 6. Here in Charlotte. Let's crank it up, folks. And back here at Charlotte, there you see Jeff Mark trying to work his way to the outside. Tristan Bruce trying to get a run. Mark obviously not in the championship 6, West, but still wants to try to come out here for the final race of season 9 and at least try to get something, salvage what could have been here for season 9.
Jurassic losing ground to Bruce. He's now 2/10 back, or actually Bruce is in that second spot. Merck now, by the way, up to half a second back to the leaders, to the back straightaway. They thunder into turn number 3. Working into that 3rd and 4th turn. Jacob Reeves are closing in as we'll go side by side to the Premier Racing Setups. 20 to go. It is go time here at Charlotte for the season, for the title.
Absolutely. With 20 to go, obviously, Premier Racing Setups. You need one, you know where to go. PremierRacingSetups.com. Obviously, 2 codes that you can enter to support NASRA and everything that they got going on. Obviously, you can enter the code of NASRA, N-A-S-R-A, or new code, Wes, obviously, with Jake, J-A-K-E 57. Enter both of those codes, either one, doesn't matter. Not trying to play favorites. Pick one, and you obviously get 15% off your entire order. Also, 15% gets kicked back to NASRA or the door banging downloading. Wesley, I say it all the time. I say it on the podcast. I say it everywhere. If you want the setups of the Redneck Announcer races, go check them out. PremierRacingSetups.com as we got a little bit of history up here for that second spot. Mark, Bruce, Charlotte. Bruce trying to find a way to get to Jurassic. Jurassic may be checking out. Mark might be trying to hold up Bruce off too.
Side by side. Merck on the bottom. Here comes Merck. Bruce on the outside. Devin Painter also there in that 99. We mentioned that driver somehow finds his way to get in the show. He's up to 4th. Look at this gaggle of traffic right there into turn 1 behind the leaders. Could you say 6 or 7 trucks per second? Merck around Bruce. He'll go to P2 in turn 2.
And there are 3 wide back there for the 4th spot. Scruggs back there with James Beard. Is that James Beard? Yes, it is. And the 25. I'm sorry.
Oh, contact!
Where in the hell did he come from? James Beard up here from 29th all the way up to the top 5. Bradley had to lift out of the gas. Painter had to lift out of the gas. James Beard out of nowhere comes up here and is in the 5th spot. Bradley trying to work his way around to the outside. Here comes Scruggs. Bruce falling back. Jurassic may have this sucker in the bag. Still a little bit to go, Wes. But Jurassic looks like he's got this sucker in the bag.
And he's not done yet. Here he comes, working off of turn number 4 through the dog leg. 16 to go. Merck to second. Scruggs to third. The next man would be Tristan Bruce back in 4th, losing ground to the 6th, as it is still Jurassic leading them now. Bradley, Bruce, side by side to the back straightaway.
Bradley and Bruce, and now Beard trying to give help to Bruce. Devin Pater trying to figure out which lane he wants to get in. Broadfoot back here with Newton. This is the biggest battle that we're seeing on the racetrack. It's front 3 right now. Jurassic and Merck up here with Scruggs. Front 3's trying to separate themselves as we got a gaggle like you were talking about. Seriously, gaggle of traffic back here for the 4th spot. Bruce falling back big time. Bradley shot around it. Beard shot around it. Painter hit him in the tailgate. Painter saves it. They almost wrecked like all get out coming into 3.
Painter and Cherry and Johnson almost took each other out in a trio up against the wall. Somehow they hold it together, fighting for the lead now. It is Merck on the inside of Jurassic. Do you race for the win, or do you race for the important thing, the championship? Jurassic goes back to second. Merck for the lead.
If I was Jurassic, I would fall back as much as I could to save what I got at this point. He is literally in the catbird seat. Bruce falling back. Jurassic's got a damn good shot to win this championship. If Scruggs gets up there and battles him, look at it, all the way down to 6th. Honestly, he don't have to fight Scruggs, Bradley, Beard, or Thomas. Jurassic has a very good shot at winning this championship. But he better watch his back door. Also, is Cherry back there. He's got around Ryan Johnson, Tristan Bruce falling through the field. It's Jurassic's race to lose. It's Jurassic's championship to lose. He better watch himself. It's Cherry and Johnson. They're battling it out as well.
And remember, there is up to 15 ultimate attempts. 15 attempts of overtime if need be. Not saying that will happen, but it could be something we could keep an eye on. To the back straightaway, Jeff Merck, Season 7 champion and Rookie of the Year from Punta Gorda, Florida. Some of you people call him Pookie. I got a lot of respect for the man. The 60 comes to the line. 10 to go. He leads them here in Charlotte. Jurassic is in 3rd, looking for the title in 1.
Absolutely. Obviously, I got a lot of respect for him as well, but that's the nickname that they got for him. So, I mean, I basically go with it, but here he goes. Pookie trying to hold on. Jeff Merck, that is, trying to hold on to that lead. Scruggs got around Jordan Jurassic. Jurassic back to 3rd, trying to go to 4th. Now Bradley going to find his way to the outside of Jordan Jurassic. Jurassic gets kicked back to 4th. Maybe not. Bradley trying to find a run on the outside, and right behind him, you got Stephen Thomas has come out of absolutely nowhere. He's up here in that 4th spot. 9 laps to go. Jurassic just got to hold on for this 9 more laps, and he will be the Season 9 champion.
Single digits now as Bradley just tagged the outside wall with Jurassic on his inside. Gotta wonder if maybe JD might be saving something for the late rally. Jordan Jurassic I refer to. He clears by Bradley, moving back to 3rd past the animal. Scruggs now up to 2nd. Merck in the lead. They're right there, 1 and 2. Plenty of room between them and 1.
I'm telling you right now, if we actually had a driver cam for Jordan Jurassic, I bet you he is shaking right now, knowing that he's got a shot to win Season 9 champion right here. Jurassic sitting in 3rd. Thomas trying to work to the inside of Jurassic. That's exactly where he's going to go. Jurassic keeps it on the top side. He's got 7 coming to the line. 7. Got to cut it with 2 hands, Wes. 7 more laps. Jurassic on the outside. He's still trying to fight. He wants to at least get a podium out of this bad boy. But Stephen Thomas on the inside. Jurassic riding the wild side on the outside, trying to get 3rd.
Back straight away. Merck, Scruggs, Jurassic right there, working into 3. Jurassic up high. It is Thomas on the bottom. Bradley will follow. Here they come, thundering off turn 4. 6 remaining. Look at the bigger picture. I think Jordan Durasic's doing that. Not to win the battle, to win the war. He's in 1.
Hell of a war he's got to go through right here. Championship 6 for 6 to go here at Charlotte. Durasic holding on to that 4th spot. He's got Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson back here trying to battle with James Beard. He's got Holden McGill right behind him. Johnson will be the next one that he's got to try to fight. They got Keith Bradley separating both of them. Johnson on the inside. He's got help with Holden McGill. Jordan Durasic. Now 5 to go. Open hand, like you say, Wesley. Open hand for Jordan Durasic to try to win this championship off 2.
Barney, the iRacing flagman, 4 fingers and a thumb to the back straightaway. Johnson, right now, so most close to 80 people tuning into the finish for the outcome of who will it be at the end of the ladder. Right now, closing to the finish, it is Jeff Merck in the lead. He's up in front. Stephen Thomas, Dustin Scruggs, Jordan Durasic looking for the title. Bradley now got passed by Johnson. Johnson now going after Durasic. This could be for the championship with 6 miles to go.
Damn near 100 people watching here tonight at Charlotte. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This could be for the championship. Johnson starting to close in, starting to put some pressure on JD, Jordan Durasic. He's got around Keith Bradley, and he's going to try to fight right here with 3 laps to go. Tiny Horse has got a shot. He is closing in big time on JD up on the top side, Tiny Horse on the bottom. This is what NASRA is all about. 100 of you, literally 109 of you watching here tonight in Charlotte, coming around this time, 2 to go and 3.
I talked about how talented the driver Ryan Johnson is from Salem, Wisconsin. We've seen it on several other leagues. Now, can he hoist the title for the biggest one, the Premier Series of the NASRA brand? 2 to go. Penultimate lap for the race. Here comes Johnson. Looking on the inside of Durasic. He can't clear him again off 2.
He's got a hell of a run. He's got some better tires. He's got something in that number 38. Ryan Johnson, Tiny Horse, trying to look down to the inside. Durasic tries to put the block on him. They're going to get tied. Almost ends up getting into him. Coming around this time, white flag. Final lap of the Season 9 for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Here we go. Mark has ran away with the lead. Durasic trying to come down and trying to block Tiny Horse into 1.
Jeff Merck clearly out in front. He's got a nice lead over second on Thomas. The battle is for the championship. Johnson's got to wind up and pull the trigger one more time. Sells it off into turn 3. Can he go after Durasic? He can't clear him yet. Off 4. He's blocked by Scruggs in the corner.
Merck's going to get away with the win, and Jordan Durasic in the 6 is able to get the championship. He will win. Thomas ends up spinning at the line, but Jordan Durasic, JD, he gets it done here for Season 9 champion. Number 6, flip the 9 around. The 6 will get the win and the championship. Jordan Durasic gets the championship here tonight at Charlotte. He is going to pull it down and just go ahead and save it. Jeff Merck wins the race. Thomas second. Dustin Scruggs will get third. But Jordan Durasic wins it all. He wins the championship. He's going to park it and just be happy with what he's got. As Jeff Merck burns it down, gets the win here tonight in Charlotte. But Jordan Durasic is your champion for Season 9 of the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Ryan Johnson, Wesley, he had a hell of a run. He was going to get there. Honestly, I just think he ran out of time, honestly.
Jeff Merck wins the battle. Jordan Durasic from the Lone Star State of Texas wins the war. He is the Season 9 champion of the NASRA North American Sim Racing Association Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. If you want the entire abbreviation, that's what it means. And the number 6 has done it. Take nothing away from what Ryan Johnson tried to do. He was literally within the crosshairs of the number 6. But I really believe in the battle of Chevrolet versus Chevrolet. It was just Jurassic wanting it more, Jacob Reeves, and that is exactly why that man is burning it down here in Charlotte, virtual Charlotte, America's home for racing. Jurassic is the champion of Season 9 of the C.O.P.S Tour.
Big deal right there for Jordan. Jurassic gets it done. He come home fourth, but it doesn't matter. He ends up winning the championship. There you see the unofficial race results. Jeff Merck ends up coming home with a win. Thomas, Dustin Scruggs, second and third, I should say, and your champion, Jordan Jurassic, burns it down on the front straightaway. He will win the championship. Tiny Horse, one spot short of trying to get it done. He will end up finishing fifth. Holden McGill will get second. Keith Bradley will finish third. James Beard, good run for him, started 29th. He will finish eighth. Matt Cherry will get ninth, and Adam Newton rounds out the top 10.
11th will go to Stephen Gregory, followed by Ed Osborne. Then it's going to be Cody Knott, Brandon Schumann, Tristan Bruce. Falls back to 15th. Brian Chu, Brandon Broadfoot, Casey Mink, the top 18. Rounded out the top 20 will be Chris Blanchard and Devin Painter.
Rest of these drivers one lap down or more. Joshua Rodriguez, Matthew Montgomery, MDW. What could have been for Matthew David Wood got caught up in a late race accident. He will finish 23rd. Raul Meza will finish 24th. Eric Zimmerman will get 25th. Dane Hagan, Kyle Hess, Robbie Richards, Shane Trotter, and Isaac Bevan. The 30 drivers that raced here tonight for the concerns of police survivors. Truck Series Championship 6 here in Charlotte, the NASRA Championship 225. Jordan Jurassic is absolutely ecstatic right now. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Bring you back for our podium finishers and our championship winner, Jordan Jurassic, wins Season 9 Championship here at Charlotte. We'll be back right after these words from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Championship 6 live here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Folks, we're back here at Charlotte. We got the winner of the race. Oh, Pookie! Jeff gets it done here tonight at Charlotte. Jeff, buddy,
Pookie
congratulations on the
Mert,
win.
Baby.
Yeah, Dookie to Pookie, however you want to look at it. But anyway, Jeff, buddy, tell us about your race, buddy. Congratulations.
First and foremost, I dedicate this win to my dad. I just got bad news today that his health is failing. Dad, I love you. I always love you. He was a Vietnam vet. He served his country proudly. He's a great guy. Dad, I love you. I always will. And I dedicate this win to you. So I got that out of the way, and I didn't cry. So let's go. I'm ready. Man, when I got caught up in that wreck off of 2, I thought my night was done. I thought it was over. I had 3 minutes of damage on the truck. I just went down pit road, got the damage fixed, just rode in the back, didn't change any tires, just rode in the back. Caution, come out, go in, fix like a minute, go out, just ride. Come in, fix a minute of damage, go out and ride. And then when the truck come back, I mean, the thing was just on rails. I mean, I don't know if it knocked the toe off just enough to where it would just rotate through the center. And I don't know if you guys were watching, but off the corners, I was just killing guys. I mean, I was just absolutely killing them. Great truck. I sent Outfront Motorsports out in style because Outfront is closing the doors, and I'm coming back next year as an owner for Catch Fence Motorsports. So I told my team owner, I said, what I'm doing tonight is I'm going to send Outfront Motorsports out in style with a win, and I fucking did it. So, crap. There's a fine. Oh, well. I'm pumped. Let's go, baby.
Oh, well, we do apologize for the F-bomb there, but I will say this. Jeff. Congratulations, man. Obviously, you know what it feels like, right? Season 7 champion and Rookie of the Year. You've done it before. What do you think? What's going through the mind of Jurassic right now? And obviously, your take of the truck, because it wasn't an easy cakewalk for you, man. You had to climb your way to patiently get up there to the lead. And then when you did, you pulled away. You let those guys battle it out for the championship.
Yeah, I really, I was kind of riding behind Jordan because Jordan's going to be a teammate of mine next year. He's going to drive for me over at Catch Fence Motorsports.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I didn't really want to mess with him that much, but I was, like I said, I was coming off the corner so much faster than he was. I was like, okay, and I know Jordan, he's a good racer. He's a smart guy. So he knows he's not worried about winning the race. So once I got under him, I mean, you guys might have noticed it. He just kind of backed out and let me have it and just fell back in behind me. And then once I got that clean air on my nose, I was just gone. I just checked out. I was hoping a caution didn't come out and it didn't. So, man, I'm excited. Yeehaw. Without saying the F-bomb. Man, Cody Knott's going to be so mad at me.
Yeehaw is right for old Jeff Mert. Gets it done here tonight at Charlotte. Wins the race, Jeff. Buddy, appreciate your time. And before we let you go, if you got any sponsors, any shout-outs that you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank the Bruce family for always rooting me on in the chat. They always do a great job of letting me know how great a job I'm doing. I believe it was 2 weeks ago, I think Tristan said I'd never win another NASRA race in my racing career. 2 weeks later, I'm in victory lane. So, hey, Tristan, Bruce, keep up the good work. all my sponsors on the car, C.O.P.S, NASRA. I mean, none of us would be here if Brady and all the admins didn't put in, because I mean, this league races like 6 nights a week. So I don't know how Brady and all those guys do it. I mean, it's got to be like having a second job. So if it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't be here. You guys up in the booth, I mean, y'all always do an outstanding job. I always go back and watch it. So my loving wife inside, my smoking hot loving wife inside, I love her. Babe, keep up the good work. I love the support you give me in chat. And that's it. All my teammates, I'm just pumped. Let's go. I'm ready for next season right now. Let's go to Daytona.
He is ready for Daytona, but he gets the win here tonight at Charlotte. Jeff, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the win, buddy.
Thanks.
It was Jeff Merck gets it done. Now we'll go from third to first from what we're hearing. We'll go to Matt Cherry. And Matt, buddy, I mean, damn it, you come close. You was honestly, you was my dark horse pick to get it done, to win the championship here tonight. You come home tonight, third in the championship. That's about your race, buddy, because like I said, you was close. You was real close.
Yeah, it was going good there till we started working our way up. And, you got guys just driving in over their heads, driving their trucks into the wall, and sent us through the infield. I didn't really have no problem with that, but I had a little hiccup coming out of, I think it was turn 4. I washed up and pushed Chris into the outside wall, which is, he's mad about that, of course, but I'm not really worried about it. But I want to thank Brady for bringing me on board here. This is my first season on his team, and we brought it home P3. I wish we could have won it, but I guess we'll take a third and come back next season stronger than ever.
Do you feel like, Matt, the contact between you and you and Chris Blanchard, did that take the wind out of your sails, for winning the race? I mean, how much did that change the complexion of the outcome for your race, trying to strategy get back into it at the end of that third and final stage when you and Blanchard got together early in the race?
Yeah, I get racing, but I mean, there really ain't no sense in racing that hard to where you're going to drive your own stuff into the outside wall and take somebody out. I mean, I get it. We're all fighting for it here, but I just after all that went down, I just kind of lost my focus and I lost my cool. And I was out here driving every lap as hard as I could, and I got tight in the corner and I washed up and I put him in the wall. I didn't mean to do it. It was just an accident, but it is what it is, and can't do nothing about it now. All we can do is go into next season and go from there.
Well, Matt comes home third. Matt Cherry, that is, comes home third as far as the championship standings here tonight. Matt, congratulations on a fantastic season, buddy. And once again, thank your sponsors and any shout-outs for getting you here.
Yeah, I want to thank C.O.P.S for being the title sponsor. I want to thank Brady for everything he does. I mean, this league is top-notch ran, and I plan on running here as long as I'm living. As long as they keep this thing going. But yeah, I think Mission 1 clinched the team points. So I mean, there's one positive coming out of here. So yeah.
Matt Cherry comes home third as far as the standings goes here tonight. Matt, appreciate your time, and we'll see you next season, buddy. Thank you very much.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It was Matt Cherry. Ends up finishing ninth here tonight, but third in the standings. Now we'll grab our second place finisher according to the standings goes, and that is Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson. Awesome drive, Ryan. I mean, you come from 21st all the way up to 5th. I got to ask you, right there, coming into the end of it right there, you had a shot. You was trying to get to Jurassic. What more could you have done to try to win the championship here this evening?
could have driven like a lot of other people in this league and just turned them, but that ain't the way I race. I race the people the way I expect to be raced, and he pinched me down like crazy and just killed the runs that I was getting into the corners on him. And I mean, congrats to him. He did what he had to do, and I'm not that wreck-it kind of guy, but yeah, I go figure. I screwed it up for myself tonight with that pit road speeding penalty. So we got lucky with that caution, got our lap back, and I'll be honest, I didn't have much faith to be able to come through the field like I did, but man, I was surprised we had a chance there at the end. I was trying. There's nothing left in the tank, nothing left in those tires by the end of it, and we gave her what we had.
Ryan, if you had another lap, do you think you would have got to him?
I think I would have been able to set him up a little better. There's no telling what I would have done. I probably would have tried to go high on him, but I don't know. I think I could have, but he didn't leave my lane open like the one that I wanted, and he did what he had to do.
Can I ask another question, Jacob? Ryan, I want to get your thoughts on this because I've called many of your NASRA events from what you've done in the DSR Electric Series and obviously on the Blanchard's Tow and Xfinity side of things too. What is your take of this season moving up to run in the premier level of NASRA on Friday night with the C.O.P.S series? And, you know, obviously your overall synopsis of being the runner-up to the title for the championship.
It's been a little bit of a culture shock, kind of going from the Xfinity series to the C.O.P.S series. It's just a pretty different mindset with the way some of these guys race. It's a lot more aggressive. It feels a lot more fast paced, and I feel that's kind of a product of how these trucks drive. You're able to drive them very hard for a very long period of time, and it doesn't seem like they suffer as much as, say, the Xfinity car. But I mean, honestly, overall it's been a pretty good season. There's a couple times I thought I'd be not running anymore on Fridays, but I mean, with the second place finish, I'm glad we did. And I mean, we'll be back for more next season, so I'm looking forward to see what happens after an up and down, for sure, roller coaster of a season this time.
Well, Ryan Johnson comes up one spot short, but still fantastic season for Tiny Horse and the number 38. Ryan, appreciate your time. And before we let you go, have you got any sponsors, any shout-outs that you want to thank?
Yeah, first off, I just want to say sorry to Jeff, or sorry to hear about his father. No matter who you are, that sucks. But I want to thank Brady and everyone at NASRA putting the league on, Jason and Highline Racing for getting me on a team for this season. You guys have been in the booth for broadcasting, all the drivers for a really good race tonight. It was a lot of fun. Felt like there was more respect throughout the night, in my opinion. But all the viewers tuning in and watching.
Well, Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson ends up coming home fifth, but unfortunately one spot short in the championship, but he'll be ready to rock and roll next season, have a shot, try to go for the championship. Ryan, appreciate your time, buddy.
I appreciate it, guys.
That was Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson, and we got to go to honestly, the man of the hour, folks. The man of the hour, Jordan Durasic, past beer buddy a couple of weeks ago. Jordan, I'll be honest with you. I was sitting there when I said at the end of the podcast, I was like, yeah, who knows? We might be talking to you at the end of this bad boy when you're season 9, Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series champion. Out of nowhere, you come out and you get it done. Still got the Christmas lights. Take them damn things down. It's done. Christmas is over, son. I mean, good Lord. But anyway, buddy, congratulations on the championship. Tell us about your race, because you was up front literally the whole time, and looks like that's exactly where you needed to be.
Yeah, it honestly, it started with last week. We didn't get an EOL, so we were able to qualify. We kept our track position throughout the whole race. We got the pole, our second pole, which was funny. We got our one other pole of the season was the first race of the season. So started off good and finished it strong. And yeah, like I said, kept the track position up there. We were battling with MDW. He had good speed. Ryan Johnson, he had good long run speed. We didn't make any mistakes. That was the main thing. Making mistakes there could cost you. And I blacked out there probably the last 8 laps when I saw Ryan Johnson starting to catch up to us. I know the other guys were on fresher tires because they pitted there. We were close on fuel, but another caution came in where if you could have took your last set there, and even with you have 3 green laps on your tires, that could cost you a lot on the long run. As you've seen there, I kind of let the non-playoff drivers go on the fresher tires and tried to play smart, and then he was right on my bumper there in the last 2 laps, and I didn't think I could have held him off. He raced me clean, which I want to thank him for racing me clean. He had every right there to run me up the track because I pinched him down. I was getting tight there, but I'm just happy to come home with the championship.
By the way, I also want to acknowledge our thoughts and prayers are with the Truex family. If people do not know, Tyler Truex runs in the NASRA Cup Series with us on Wednesday night. He is related to, obviously, the entire Truex family. Martin Truex Sr. passed away today. That is Martin Truex Jr.'s father. He passed away today, and obviously the Truex family, our thoughts and prayers are with them, and obviously Tyler Truex, one of our NASRA brethren, we're thinking about you as well. Jordan, let's go back to this season and the opportunity, the roller coaster ride, if it will be for you. The races that I called on the NASRA Cup Series, it was its share of highs and lows. What did it mean just to make the championship 6, much less now have the opportunity of being your season 9 champion?
Yeah, honestly, people close to me, my friends and family know we weren't even supposed to be here for this championship race with how our schedule fell, with how our work was. But luckily, we were able to make that Nashville race and then have a shot to race for this championship. So we were just playing with house money at this point. And I knew we were kind of underdogs coming into this championship, but the overall season, we've always ran top 5. We never really dominated any races to where it showed that we were the threat for the championship. But I think y'all talked about it last race. I could have been a sleeper pick, which I think so too, because I didn't have the speed as the other guys had, or finish the races. They had the it factor to finish the races, and we were there tonight. It started with qualifying. It started with stage 1 and 2, staying up front, and the pit stops, no mistakes. And then it almost costed us there, not pitting there, but it was the right decision. Looking back at it now, and we had a great run there, and you just had to have been perfect. I want to thank our sponsors, West Texas Pepper Traders. I want to thank Scott, Sam, Jordan. They've been nothing but great to me, and I can't wait to work with them next season.
Obviously, and also thoughts and prayers to the Truex family. Obviously, yeah, I mean, anybody that knows me within NASRA obviously knows that big fan of Martin Truex and Ryan Truex, and obviously Tyler that races with the Wednesday night series, I should say, with the NASRA Cup Series. But Jordan, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. And before we let you go, here's Brady LaBeouf, the NASRA owner, to enshrine you as season 9 champion for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Well, after 28 weeks of season 9, Jordan, congratulations on being our season 9 champion of the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Well deserved. Like I said, it has been a long, grueling season. I know we're going to talk about this over the weekend. The chat's blowing up right now in Discord. So congratulations, man. I mean, it was a great race. We saw a little bit of everything, Wesley and Jake. And I know I kind of threw them off with the stage numbers. I had a lot of chatter about that. I see Jordan shaking his head up and down. They're used to like 25, 30, 35, 40, and it was good. It made them think, and that's what we wanted to. We had a little bit of cautions, a little bit of everything you could ask for in a championship race, and even right down there to the end, you had Jeff Merck, Dustin Scruggs, Keith Bradley fighting for a win, And it didn't matter for Jordan, because all he had to do was just stay ahead of the other competitors he was racing against for the championship. And he did it. He was able to hold off Ryan Johnson. They made it exciting there with 5 laps to go and got everybody up on their feet. And like I said again, can't thank Jordan enough. Enjoyed him and his time on the podcast. We'll have a champion segment later on in the next week or so. We'll have him back on for our live show on the Hot Lap podcast, and we'll give him his time to do maybe like a 30-minute to hour-long interview, however much time he's willing to give us, and we'll be able to recap the whole entire season and go from there. But again, congratulations, Jordan, and you are the winner of $500 plus trophies plus T-shirts and all kind of things that come along. You'll be the front cover of the YouTube race links next season. So a lot of things coming along with the championship, and you'll see that 6 truck painted on just about everything for season 10 next season.
Thank you, Brady. I really appreciate it. I want to thank all the broadcasts, all the admins, and race control. I know it's a lot for 28 weeks, but thanks for putting up with me. And I know it wasn't perfect throughout the whole season, but I can't thank y'all enough. But yeah, it was a great season. We were there at the end, and we got the championship. I'm real proud of our team and our sponsors.
Brady, before we let you go, what's coming for season 10, and does it get started after the NASRA 500? I just want to get a kind of a clarification on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we started talking as far as the board of directors goes for this series, obviously, I mean, it's our longest standing series in our league. It's been going on since 2019, 2020 when NASRA was established. So, it's a big season for us. We went from we used to run like 15 weeks, and then we bumped it up to 20, and I think we went to 23, and now we're up to 25, 28 if you include speed weeks in the Clash. So there's a lot of exciting big things coming for this series for season 10. With the 500 being scheduled, we looked at all the other series, and so we kind of managed the schedules for the new series that's coming out, like the Mondays that just started this past week. We knew that the 500 was going to be up there, so we made a bye week, an off week, I guess you can say, for that series. We changed the schedules for Wednesday and Tuesday. That was the only kind of tricky part for us. And then we had the luxury of the good timing of Fridays ending before the 500, so we're able to start the week after, or maybe even the following week after that. We haven't really made the schedule. We know what the schedule is. We haven't posted it. We're really excited about it. It's actually, I guess we can announce it. I mean, who cares? But we're actually going to follow the real life truck series schedule. So wow. The dates are not going to line up, right? Like, we're not going to run, I know sometimes the truck series might take 2 or 3 weeks off, so we're not going to do that. But if they're going to Daytona week 1,
your schedule's going to mimic what the truck series schedule will be for the Craftsman Truck Series, basically.
That's correct.
What it will be. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more short tracks on the schedule. There's a couple of tracks that they go to twice, like the Bristols, the Martinsvilles. We won't do that twice, so there'll be a little bit of tweak the way we do things. We'll still go to Talladega 2 or 3 times. We'll go to Daytona twice. We're going to do our super speedway racing, but we're going to mimic as close as we can to the real life truck series. It's just going to be piled up into 28 weeks instead of being starting in February and ending in November, right? So we're gonna start probably in like July or August for season 10, but we're gonna follow what they do. So that's real exciting news for us, and that was actually Huck Wigginton, the title sponsor's idea. We appreciate C.O.P.S coming back on board for season 10. All our title sponsors, DSR Electric, Blanchard's Towing, all our partners. We appreciate everybody that comes on board. ServPro, NASRA 360 Racing Network, 213simward.com. Butt Kicker just gave us 2 more butt kickers to hand out. That gives us 4 in our stable. We'll probably give that out throughout the 500 event to kind of give some extra incentives to sign up. again, if you haven't, if you're watching this, NASRA 500, please sign up. Like we said, there's 120 guys, and they keep showing up every single day. I think they had 5 or 6 that signed up just today. So I feel like by the end of the weekend, we'll probably be in the 130s, 140 range. And it would just be a massive goal for us to reach if we can get up to at least 200 to 200 plus drivers. I think it'll be a phenomenal event. And once again, just congratulations to Jordan. He deserves it. And great season. Had a great playoff run. So it's good to cap off and, crown another champion as we celebrate him tonight in NASRA.
Absolutely. Jordan Durasic wins season 9 for the C.O.P.S Truck Series. Jordan, appreciate your time. Best of luck. And as far as, getting ready for next season, and I tell you what, don't spend all that money in one place. I mean, make sure you hold on to it a little bit. Yeah,
we would absolutely love an announcer broadcast bonus if you want to, share some of that purse for the championship. No, anyway, we're joking.
Anyway, shape, fashion, form. Just messing with you, buddy. But appreciate your time, and congratulations on being season 9 champion of the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Buddy, appreciate your time.
Jacob, we know that chat box is quite lovely right now. Brady LaBeouf just kind of hit it on it a moment ago, but did you realize at one point we had close to over 115 people watching the finish of the race? I saw the numbers shoot up, especially as we got down to under 15 laps to go. I think at one time it was up to 117. But thank you to all of y'all. I know that the chat box is controversial right now. I know some people are happy. Some people are mad. Some people are like, what the hell's going on? Because I did see that earlier in the chat. But no, sincerely, thank y'all. We are entertainers, as Dean Hopton always says. We are just performers calling a show, telling a story. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the final chapter of what Season 9 provided at Charlotte, Jacob. And always fun being able to be right there alongside with you, sir.
Absolutely. It was a fantastic race here tonight at Charlotte. Dean, we'll bring you in for your final thoughts. Our great producer, 4 nights a week, literally. Dean, what you think about the whole ended here for Season 9 for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series here at Charlotte, buddy?
When push comes to shove, of course, you have to have one winner. It's a stacked field of the 6 drivers, of course, wanting to fight tooth and nail to ultimately lift the ultimate trophy here at the Concerns of Police Survivors Series. And it only takes one. Jordan got it done there. Ryan pushed him to the end there. Unfortunate circumstances, of course, for MDW. Tristan Bruce ended up finishing P15, putting a big effort at the front of the field there. Matt Cherry ending up finishing P9. There can be only one, and the one tonight was Jordan Durasic.
It absolutely was. Real quick, our thoughts and prayers are with the Merck family and also the Truex family. Hopefully everything, just thoughts and prayers. That's all we can say.
Yeah, absolutely, Jacob. Not trying to cut you off, but I did want to reach out and tell Jeff Merck and Don that from our NASRA family, from Cody and us and all of you guys, from NASRA to Jeff, I mean, he's been with us for a couple of seasons now. We love Jeff. We call him Pookie in the Discord, but definitely sorry to hear about his father, and our condolences to him and his family. So it's nice to see them get something to celebrate, dedicate to. It's always cool when you can dedicate a win to somebody that you recently lost. So seriously, to Jeff, I know we joke a lot and everything, but we do want to know. We want him to know that we're sorry to hear about his father. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Prayers and thoughts and prayers to those families. And folks, I'm telling you right now, Season 9 did not disappoint. Obviously, folks, each and every one of you knows that obviously the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series, this is where NASRA started here on the Friday nights, and it did not disappoint. It never disappoints. It's the highlight of our week, and it's the highlight of NASRA. And it did not, like I said, disappoint. Jordan Durasic, very first championship here with him. Ryan Johnson was real close, but he's got a shot. Try to go for Season 10, folks. That's going to do it here for this broadcast. I want to thank each and every one of the sponsors: Serve Pro, Glass Mechanic, DSR Electric, Premier Racing Setups, Blanchard's Towing, obviously Starbase 1552 Comics, all the sponsors that has anything to do with trying to get, obviously every single week having anything to do with this league. So we appreciate each and every one of them, but obviously C.O.P.S for their title sponsor here for the Friday night series and everything that they do. Shout out to the drivers for always putting on, sorry, but one hell of a show. I mean, they honestly do. Each and every Friday night, they always put on a fantastic show. And obviously, each and every one of the fans for some of their controversial takes, I guess you could say. Some of them out there on the live chat. Appreciate each and every one of you, the fans, for always chiming in each and every way, however you want to do it. And obviously, Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott for always letting us be ourselves and letting us enjoy our great time here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. For the Streamy Indeed Hop Them Bengals, and also for Smithfield, North Carolina's own Wesley Outland, I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. Congratulations, Jordan Jurassic, Season 9 champion. He gets it done here tonight in Charlotte. Folks, we got a couple of weeks. We'll be right back at it. Season 10 at Daytona. It's just a couple of short weeks away. We'll see you then. Everybody be safe, be kind, be fast, like I said. Don't get no DUIs. Don't do nothing crazy. We'll see you here in a couple of weeks. Daytona Season 10 is just around the corner.